Here's number 11. Into a cave or something. Okay. 5 plus the square root of negative 5, parentheses, plus 6 minus the square root of negative 180, and then close your parentheses. Now, I don't remember doing imaginary numbers with you. Maybe we did, because I work with a lot of students on math, but this is asking you to work with imaginary numbers. So basically what an imaginary number is that this little I is a symbol for imaginary number, and it equals the square root of negative 1. Right? It's a way for us to get square roots of negative numbers so that we can keep working with stuff, even though we know it's basically imaginary. That is, we know that it's not, there are no real numbers that explain the square root of negative 1, because once you multiply something by something else, you can't get there. So in this equation, let's start with this beginning part, 5 plus the square root of negative 5. Another way of saying that is 5 plus I, taking out the square root of 1, right, which is I, root 5. Okay, the square root of negative 5 is equal to I root 5. I hope you've done that before. Plus 6, let's just write out the rest of this, minus the square root of negative 180. Okay, now we're going to take out an I here too, aren't we? Let's rewrite the whole thing taking out that second I. 5 plus I root 5 plus 6 minus I root 180. Now I'm going to happen to be able to tell you that 180 is 36 times 5. So let's rewrite the whole darn thing again. 5 plus I root 5 plus 6 minus I square root, and underneath this 180, I'm going to turn that into 36 times 5. That's really what it is, I swear to God. We can pull some of this out, right? Because the square root of 36 is, I couldn't hear you, 6, that's right. So 5 plus I root 5 plus 6 minus, we're going to pull out a 6 from this, so this will be 6I root 5. Now here's an exciting thing that happened. I can see that these are like terms. That's just a regular old number, and that's a regular old number. So 5 plus 6 is 11. But I also see that we have like terms and that both of these are an I root 5 type thing. This is a 1 I root 5, since there's nothing there, it just means a 1, right? Minus 6I root 5. So we have a 1 minus 6, which leaves us with a negative 5. And the kind of thing we're working with is an I root 5, right? That's just like, this is just like if we had an X or a Y, an I root 5 is a kind of a term. They're like terms. So we end up with 11 minus 5I root 5. That was a tough one for me too.